picturesque Provo, Utah, LaBelle Edwards Stadium. A day full of college football has been great, but there's something special about a Saturday night game. It's the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors and the BYU Cougars. Reese Davis, David Pollard, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
One of the most beautiful backdrops in all of college sports. LaBelle Edwards Stadium with the mountains shining behind it. Many say it is one of the most beautiful fields you'll ever play on. 63,000 strong, the Cougars have proven to be one of the best home crowds. Their spirit and their noise makes it a tough place to play at elevation. Back to you.
All right, Holly. BYU ready to put a foot to it and get this game going. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Hawaii's offense will take the field first. And there he is, this senior wide receiver. He is a guy who is real. And can be dangerous if he gets a chance. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known.
And man, this guy is fun to watch. You do not want to take a bathroom break. Sit in your seat when this offense has the ball, because at any point in time, this receiver can make the unbelievable highlight catch, David. His catch radius is as good as there is in all of college football. He has an unbelievable ability to just reel it in. We just expect it to happen today.
It's just a knack, and it's almost like every weekend you're going through social media, like, where's the clip, right? Like, because he just makes these clips that most humans don't make, whether it's one hand, whether it's two hand, whether he's guarded or not. Like, he just has this unbelievable knack of playmaking, and we will see it today at some point in the ball game.
They'll try to overcome that last play on 2nd and 15. They'll run play action. He fires to the left side. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. That was not on the opening script of plays. The turnover as the defense makes it play early.
Now, I love night games because you have all day to get excited, get jacked up, and you can tell QB might have been a little too excited. Forcing the ball into coverage on the first pass attempt, creating the interception. Now this defense has set this offense up in a great position to get some early momentum.
Looking for room. It's Valentine. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. That's just an obvious face mask penalty there. No way you're getting away with it. Got to keep your composure there. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. There he goes. Oh, it's a fumble. Oh, unfortunate to get that one back. And as an added bonus, they get the first down. Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. The play action fake. Fires to the middle. They finally get to him. A lot of play there to pick up the first down. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, BYU!
It's what makes this offense so hard to stop. When you've got an athletic quarterback, you've got to worry about him in the running game. And there on the option, he makes the right decision, keeping it, and he caps off the opening drive of the game with a TD.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with the score from the 4. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Hawaii has it back as they send the offense onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Rainbow Warriors with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to pass. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. It is deafening in here, soaked in noise as BYU tries to get a stop on 3rd down. Hauls it in. They'll stop him at the 24, and that brings up 4th down. And the Rainbow Warriors will send out the punt unit. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Hauls it in at the 25. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37. So guys, we'll get another look at this offense. Back to pass, it's Bachmeier. Quickly out to the tight end. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again. Makes the grab on the left. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. They'll move the wide receiver. Off play action. He uncorks one deep. Makes the catch at the 20. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. The Cougars getting set on 1st and 10. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. Neutral zone action. The offense moved, but it was because the defender jumped into the neutral zone, and the offense will pick up the 5. On the delay, it's Valentine. Touchdown, Cougars! And they take it in for 6 more points.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. On the run from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. Hawaii ready to go back to work on offense. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Trying play action. Caught in the backfield. It's Rice. Breaks into the open. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. A designed run for the quarterback. Got enough for the 1st. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Now on 1st down from the 43-yard line. Here comes the option. Pulls it again on the option. There's a crease. They'll make the tackle, but not before he's got enough to move the sticks and has this defense's head spinning with the option. Runs through a tackle. And this guy has some shiftiness to him, and he showed it off to the defense after picking up a few. The Rainbow Warriors with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The run inside. It's Rice. And he'll be brought down. Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. On the option. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. We've reached the break. BYU is on top. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. And we'll start the second quarter as they try to hang up a 3 spot. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. What a disappointment. No good. But there is a flag down, and he might get another shot at this one. Hope the kicker is okay there. He's in a defenseless and vulnerable position, and you have to protect him. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. They're working that left side. It'll be a gain of 6. That's up 2nd and 4. The completion picked up 6 yards on 1st down, now 2nd and 4. Fires deep toward the end zone. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity. 3rd down, red zone play, crowd alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense, it brings up a 4th down. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Set to kick this one away.
Out of the end zone. He's tackled, brought down right at the 25-yard line on the return. The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. Looking downfield. Wide on the money. Wide open on the right. And he slipped through the crowd and he'll house it. Touchdown, BYU!
If I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. And he's going to try to return this one. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Hawaii offense returns to the field. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the 1st down. And the Rainbow Warriors moving quickly to the line. To the air on 2nd down. Snagged in the middle, it's Harris. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line. And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
Got behind those pads and picked up 3 out to the 35.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
On the option, quarterback keep. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3. We'll get a stoppage in play here as there's an injured Rainbow Warrior. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man in the middle. He stopped a little bit short. They'll mark it at the 38. It's 4th down. The Rainbow Warriors will call on their punt team. That first punt was a beauty. They'd take another one just like it. Fair catch is signaled for and made. They'll mark it at the 12, and they'll start in a bit of a hole. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Makes the catch. It's Casper. The last completion got him 6. Now it's 2nd and 4. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Valentine. He'll be stopped at his own 23-yard line, but he's got enough to move the chains and pick up the 1st down. They'll ride the hot hand. Spin, still running. There's some room. Past the 10. Into the house. Touchdown, Cougar!
That is another incredible run by this guy, David. We're only in the 2nd quarter. That's already his 2nd rushing touchdown. If he stays in the game, he may run for 400 yards in this one.
He's going to put up whatever he wants. This is a dream scenario, man. If you get close to this in a game, you're happy about it. Give him the ball more often. This defense, they better find some answers, because right now it looks like a grown-up and children running after him trying to tackle him.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he makes the extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with an electrifying 77-yard touchdown run. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Rainbow Warriors offense comes out ready to go on the attack. Unless you have somebody ready to do his best Tom Brady impression, down 28-3 is no fun, and they have to get something going right now. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. Fires to the wideout. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25.
Well, obviously a really nice play by the defense there stopping the option, but I think that's on the quarterback because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had some open field in front of him to go make something positive happen. This quarterback's got to make better decisions. It's not just the passing game. It's in the run game with the option, too.
And he is knocked down immediately after the catch. That punt coverage team had its hair on fire. After that punt return, there is a man slow to get up. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt.
Turning it on! Running through contact. Touchdown, Cougar! Rolled into the end zone, and this crowd was eating it up. His 3rd touchdown of this game, and his 3rd on the season. This defense not only searching for answers, they're still searching for that running back.
And searching for angles. My goodness, this dude, he runs so fast, he erases angles. People trying to catch him, they didn't realize how much burners he had. He kicked it in gear, and there was no getting it.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. What a way to send a message. Huge play in the running game. 1 snap, and you've got a touchdown on the board. And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. Hawaii will get things going as their offense makes its way onto the field. They'll run the option. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Motion from the back. Goes to the option. And he's stopped right there. No gain on the play. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. And the Rainbow Warriors will bring the punt team onto the field. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Fields to punt and try to pick up some yards. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking downfield, it's Bachmeier. That's reeled in. It's Casper. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36.
Well, a play like that's going to force the defense to second-guess whether they want to play man-to-man coverage against guys with speed like that. One-on-one to the perimeter, you run the go route, quarterback puts a ton of air under it, and they come up with a huge play.
He's got the tight end. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Catch in the middle, it's Johnson. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. The Cougars have it with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Fires to the tight end. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Gets it out quickly. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Keeps it himself. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, BYU!
Disappointing for the defense here because they knew they were going to see option in this game, and they had practiced and repped against it so many times, but it's one thing to do it against your scout team, and it's another thing to do it in live game situations against this type of offense. They're struggling right now. That's the 2nd rushing touchdown they've allowed.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run.
42, Hawaii, 3.
And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down. 4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. The Rainbow Warriors decide to punt it away. He's got it. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the 1st half. Now the play fake. The sure hands. It's Casper.
You complete some of these hitch throws early, you're setting up the hitch and go. Later on, you can pump fake that. And then the receiver can pirouette right up the sideline. That might be a home run play for the offense.
Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific 2nd half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors.
Guys, so much to get you updated on, so let's get right to it here from the EA Sports College Football Update Desk. Let's begin with the West Virginia Mountaineers taking on the number 7 team, the Ohio State Buckeyes. And it's West Virginia able to pull off the upset in this one, but by the narrowest of margins. And that makes it 2 victories on the season. They're nowhere near their preseason goal, of course, so how they handle things from here will define this program. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. And now back to your game in Provo. What a first half for that superstar back. He's already over 100 yards today, and he's done it with tough physical running, but also elusive speed. And that combination has his team 2 quarters away from a nice win. And with that, let's send it back to our broadcast team inside LaVell Edwards Stadium.
And the Rainbow Warriors will line up to kick off and start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the BYU offense comes out to go on the attack. Caught in the backfield, it's Valentine. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. Running inside, it's Valentine. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? Looking to throw, it's Bachmeier. Makes the catch. He'll get a fresh set of downs stopped at the 31-yard line. BYU with the 1st and 10. Wants to go right back downfield. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Well, the free safety's just sitting back there deep in cover 3. He's got zone. He's got middle field responsibility. Just watching the quarterback's eyes. He reads the throw, breaks on it. That's just too easy for him.
Hawaii has it back as they send the offense onto the field. The defense set them up with a turnover, and now to try to cash it in. Pushes ahead for 1. It's 2nd and 9. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Pulls it and runs it again. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28 and it's 3rd and long. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. And there is a degree of difficulty with this one, a 47-yarder from the right hash. It is good. And the field goal is good. They get 3 on the board, but it really doesn't matter much in terms of the deficit.
Number 59, set to kick this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Bachmeier. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Goes high to pull it in. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. There are penalties you sort of forget about and others that sort of stick with you for a while. You get a play like that wiped out, that one's going to linger. Nice move there. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. A man still down after that last play. There is an injured BYU Cougar. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to pass. Under fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. It'll be third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. It's complete to the left. He stopped short, and it's fourth down. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. And the punt hits ground at the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, hitting them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Finds his man. It's Harris. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
The Rainbow Warriors peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. A run for the quarterback. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll run play action. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires quickly. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. And the Rainbow Warriors have their offense in high gear. Motion from the wideout. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Back to pass. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. 7th play of the drive coming up, and a long way to go on third down. Looking to throw. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. The Rainbow Warriors will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Paul.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Offense a little backed up here, and boy, would it help to convert this third down. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards.
Neutral zone action. Defense.
The offense needed something, just anything, to give them just a little breathing room, and the defense provided it with that penalty. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big third down stop by this defense. They kick it away on 4th down. He gets a block. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Motion from the wide receiver. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke. Not much room to run. Always great to build momentum with an early season victory. Let's take a look at what's in store coming up next week. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. He's got it on the right. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. This defense will try to force a fourth down on third and short from the 45. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. Makes a grab past the marker. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. From the gun, the running back has it. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Behind the chains now on second and long. Looking to fire. Here's a heat. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
And this has been one of those days you want to forget. I mean, you're getting drunk. There's no other way to put it. It's been a bad day. I'm trying to put a drive together here, maybe to just get some kind of momentum, something positive, maybe something in the locker room we can talk about that didn't go wrong.
Now third and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Wide receiver going in motion. Unloads quickly. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Got some room to run. Inside the 30. Inside the... Touchdown, Cougars. The defense gets it done with that huge interception return.
And all this defense has done all game long is be absolutely dominant. They have been shutting them out, whether they've tried running it, whether they've tried throwing it. They've been creating takeaways. You get the pick six right there. You just can't say enough good things about how this defense has played today.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he tacks on the extra point. Let's see what he can do with the return. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Hawaii ready to go back to work on offense. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to pass. Quarterback extends the play. Had to start that slide a little early, and he'll be short of the first down. So they're facing third and short from the 25. Makes the grab. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. And the Rainbow Warriors send out the punt unit. Hauls it in, looking for space. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Now this offense is back on the field. Martin back to pass. Gets rid of it. And his first pass is incomplete. It's tough to come in and fire one early. So now it's second and long. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34. Third and 6 yards to go. Gets the back moving. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Complete. Stop is made at the 35-yard line. It'll be a 4th down. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. They'll look to pin them deep. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. The Hawaii offense returns to the field. When the defense got the stop, they could have used a few more of those earlier. Still a big deficit here late. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4. He'll try it again. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Fairly manageable distance here on 3rd down from the 27. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. The Rainbow Warriors line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Here's the return. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Try to hit him with a quick game on 1st down, and nothing doing there. Oh, they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground. 3rd down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Martin will throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Complete in the middle. And the Cougars will line it up on 1st and 10. From the gun to give, looking for room. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Well, they say you win a few, you lose a few, and some get rained out. Would have been good for this team if this one had gotten rained out because they lost badly.
Yeah, not a lot to be too proud about in this one here. Good news is you get to go back to the drawing board. You get to go back, you get to have another week of practice as a coaching staff, try and find ways to get players in position to go out and make plays. Going to need a big locker room speech after this one, David.
Yeah, and you're going to watch this tape, and it's going to hurt because you're going to watch with your coaches, and you're going to see the mess-ups and all the things you could have done better, but you got to learn from it. You got to get better. You got to grow, and that's how that works.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.